and welcome to this week's episode of Did Shakespeare. I'm Cassidy Cash, and we're continuing our series this October looking at Native American tribes and the overlap between the history of North America and its colonization by England and the life of William Shakespeare by taking a look at one of my personal heroes, the Native American Squanto. He was also called Squantum, and this week we are asking the question, did Shakespeare know Squanto? Squanto was the Native American interpreter and guide for early English colonists. Not very much is known about his early life, but some people believe that he was taken from his home in England in 1605 by George Weymouth and returned later to North America on a ship with John Smith in 1614-1615 when William Shakespeare was round about 50 years old. He lived almost a decade in London, and that decade coincides with when Shakespeare was writing his plays about shipwrecked colonists encountering native tribes on mysterious faraway islands. So it seems that this was a big topic for pop culture when William Shakespeare was living there. When Squanto came to London with Weymouth, he wasn't sent as a slave originally. He was actually an ambassador for the native tribe to England, and Squanto's father had sent him with Weymouth as entrusting him, and it was a tremendous sign of respect and mutual peace. The relationship between the English and at least one of Squanto's tribes was amicable due to the work of Squanto. However, Squanto has a reputation for being quite double-sided. He was considered by both sides of this negotiations to have been a manipulative person who tried to work out the best deal for himself whenever he was doing these dealings. And this would lead Squanto to earn a very negative reputation with a lot of the North American tribes. And that meant that for a lot of his life, Squanto was actually a target of violence by these North American tribes. And it would be residing with the English who received him favorably that saved Squanto's life ultimately. On his return trip in 1614-1615 with John Smith, one of Smith's men, Thomas Hunt, rounded up Squanto with a lot of other Indians and sold them into slavery in Spain. John Smith wrote extensively about how angry he was with Thomas Hunt for doing this. It was a betrayal of John Smith for Thomas Hunt to treat the Indians this way.